Hello, hello, hello. How are we today? I hope everyone can hear me just fine. So, today I want to talk about this is day 3 of the Lou Bartone Go Live Every Day in August Facebook challenge. And I am so looking forward to this. And thank you for the wonderful followers and people who've been leaving comments and watching the video and sharing it. Several people have shared the 2 videos that I did on leadership. This is the 3rd day of a teaching leadership moment. So here is what I want us to talk about today. I want us to talk about the issue of culture and leadership. So yesterday evening and today, I spent the day at Plywood Presents. Plywood People is an organization in Atlanta founded by Jeff Schinnebarger, and it is all about startups and do-gooders and people doing good in the community. So Jeff Schinnebarger puts on this event every year, was at the Atlanta Symphony Center this year. This is year number 8. And this event has all kinds of speakers. So the founder of the Ritz-Carlton, for instance, spoke this afternoon, and all kinds of people doing all kinds of things. He had a pitch competition, a competition that people pitch their different ideas. And I'm so looking forward to doing something with a woman who runs Gooder. Gooder addresses the issue of food when people just don't have enough food, and homeless people not eating and stuff like that. So her company gets food from restaurants at the end of the day, and she was pitching to create a 24-hour place that people can come and get food, because a lot of times when restaurants say, okay, let's give you a surplus for the day, restaurants close at 11, places close at 11 at night. So she won the pitch competition and won $5,000. That's the kind of people Jeff Schinnebarger of Plywood People, that's the kind of people he is. So I was thinking about all these do-gooders in that environment, right? Everybody that comes to Plywood People is about 1,400 people. We took up the Atlanta Symphony Hall. Those folks are do-gooders. So these are people that want to create social impact. And so they come every year. They go to these events. Everything Jeff does online, they're part of it. They have retreats. They have all kinds of things. And Plywood People is also a co-sharing working space in Peoplestown in Atlanta. And so Jeff does a lot to create community and culture. And I was just thinking how when I was at Plywood People today, these are my people. Those are my people. They're many of them come out of faith traditions, of a Christian faith tradition, but they are workers. They want to do good. There are a lot of artists. There are a lot of creative people. And there are people that just want to see tangible evidence of their faith making a social impact. And so that's where I was yesterday evening and all day today. I had an amazing time. One of the creative people on The Simpsons spoke. A woman who's behind Pharrell's Happy 24-hour video spoke. She was amazing. Just all kinds of amazing people. I left a little early because I'm overloaded. The introvert in me got crazy. And so I was thinking about what are the cultural things that impact our understanding of what leadership is. So for instance, do you realize the music you listen to impacts how you perceive leadership? I'm thinking of Beyonce right now. Beyonce has always been excellent at her craft, her artistic craft. She comes out, she does her thing. She's excellent. She has moves. I remember when she launched Lemonade, it was, she just drops this album, she over delivers. And if you're someone that likes Beyonce's music, the way she does what she does impacts your leadership style. if you are someone who's Republican, if you're someone who's Democrat, if you're someone who's independent, and you focus and follow all of those folks, it impacts your own personal leadership style. If I'm thinking of my yoga people and who tend to love and enjoy a lot of Buddhist principles, those principles impact your leadership style. So today, my question for you is, what is intentionally and unintentionally impacting your leadership style? So for me, in the spirit of being vulnerable, let me tell you about mine. I am from Nigeria, born and raised. I'm a Yoruba woman, and I'm African. I didn't come to America till I was 16 years old. I am African all day long. So when I'm stressed out and I need some comfort food, I don't go eating sweets. I look for hot pepper soup. Yes, something very hot that will warm me up all the way on the inside. So that's a culture thing, right? And so in Africa, we have this concept of Ubuntu leadership. First of all throughout Africa, you have a very collectivist culture. What does that mean? That means that when I want to go down the street to the store, I'm going to call my neighbor and say, oh, do you want to go? I believe in doing things together. And all Africans throughout the continent, this is a very African thing. Let's go and do this together. Whereas America is a highly individualistic culture. We believe in that, oh, I pulled myself up from the bootstraps kind of thing, and nobody else, nobody helped me. I had to work hard. It's all about me and my accomplishments. So when something goes awry in this country, we tend to blame our own individual selves. Whereas at home, people will say, oh, you don't have good friends because nobody could help you if you were going through something by yourself. I haven't read studies on loneliness in the African context, but I'm sure it's very different because of collectivism versus individualism. Now, Ubuntu leadership, which is a leadership theory, says, I am not me without you. It is me looking in your eyes and seeing the reflection of me in your eyes that makes me me. Meaning we are community. It's an us thing. It's a togetherness thing. And in my culture, in Yoruba culture, leadership is ascribed to the oldest person, right? So the head of the family is usually the oldest living relative, that kind of thing. However, more than age in our culture is something called omoluabi. Omoluabi means you are such a person of great character that not only do you take care of your family, which is your responsibility, but you also take care of your community. So for me, leadership has to do with moving a whole group along. It is wrong for me to progress and the people I call my own don't progress. That is the culture I come from. That is what influences every piece of work that I do. That is why on these videos, I am giving you information that people usually have to pay for, right? Because I don't believe in exploiting. I don't believe in exploitation. I don't believe you should have to pay to hear truth. I believe that if I have it, I should share it. That I come from a culture that is embedded in our definition of leadership. And again, that concept of omoluabi, a person of character and greatness, which is what our leaders, the idealized version of leadership is for me as a Yoruba woman. So today, what are the things influencing you? All the TV you watch, all the music you listen to, all the political pundits you listen to, your institutions of higher learning, art, music, culture, your reading, what you're reading, the books you're reading, all of those things influence your concept of leadership. So please leave me a message and tell me what you think about that. I want to hear what your influences are for leadership. What cultural things influence you and impact your definition of leadership? And leave me a question with you. What are you wrestling with in terms of leadership? And we'll talk about that this month. Have an amazing day. Peace. Bye.